Hi, everybody. Mike Series here. I just wanted to cover the basic premise of what it is to have a good CRM, which is a customer relations management system. Okay, and I believe that the My Weichert platform is probably one of the best out there, and that's what I'm going to be covering today. Why it's good. All right. So basically, in a CRM, you definitely want three important things. The first is lead generation. It's important to generate the leads that you're looking to get. And then the second issue is to capture them, right? So you want lead generation, then you want to be able to capture those leads. And then once you capture them, the idea is to be able to put them into your system so that you can follow up with them. Those are the three basic premises of a good CRM. And this is what I'm going to cover in terms of the My Weichert platform. So let's talk about lead generation. Okay. Now, how does My Weichert platform capture and generate the leads for capture? All right. Well, basically to find that out, you go to Lead Engine. All right. Now, Lead Engine can generate leads in a bunch of different ways. First of all, you generate leads through social media, or you generate leads through the open house system, or you generate leads through a calling system, that kind of stuff. Okay, so how does My Weichert help you do that? First of all, My Weichert could create landing and squeeze pages, which you then post on Facebook or you post on other social media platforms and boost those posts to promote your landing and squeeze pages or whatever you're trying to promote. These in turn, once people see them, they can generate leads by people clicking on them for more information. Okay, and that's what it does. It's designed to entice people to click on those, basically those advertisements, and then once they click on them and give information, like for example, an email address or a phone number, it captures that lead and puts it directly into your CRM. So those two features alone are worth the price of admission. Okay. However, there's more. There is a call capture feature right here where I'm sure you've seen it, where you see a sign saying text something, text more info to a number, right? That's what call capture is. Because once they text, you have that in your system. So if you say, let's say you put linked up the call capture to an open house, okay, and somebody types in more info to that call capture number, you get their text number, okay, because it comes in through a text and they get the information that they're looking for. So you generate the lead and you capture that information from this system right here. Lead Dropbox is another way to capture and generate leads. Okay, Lead Dropbox is a system where you can link up My Weichert platform to other systems that are generating leads for you. Let's say you have a Zillow account or a Realtor.com account or an OpCity account. Okay, any leads coming into those systems can automatically be generated and dropped into your My Weichert platform by linking those two up through the Dropbox. Okay, also the open house right here. Okay, that obviously you have a system, whereas as people come through your open house, you can put them right into your system and drop them right into the My Weichert platform. So those are ways to generate leads, and basically all of these leads get pushed to your website. And everybody has a website that has a My Weichert platform. Okay, and this is where you capture leads as well. You can generate leads by having them go on your website and looking up properties. Okay, so you could just promote your website and have people go on your website looking up properties. And if they decide to ask you a question, right here, they put in their information and you've just captured the lead. Okay, it's also a great way by looking at this. If you say like are interested in this particular house, this is a great website because what happens is it gives you all the information, and then it gives you a calculator so that people can go on the system and see if they can actually afford the house that they're looking for. All they have to do is put in the numbers that they feel are appropriate, hit the update, and look at the payment per month. If they feel that it's accurate, we have a live chat with me. As long as you've hooked it up, you can chat with that person live and direct. So it's another way to capture a lead, okay? So once you generate these leads and capture them, the next thing you want to do is basically follow up with them. Now, how do you follow up with them? Well, we have multiple ways to follow up with these leads, okay? We have the marketing autopilot, which allows you to follow up their leads through setting up search alerts so that you can figure out what they're looking for and then set up automated alerts that will send them the appropriate listings. And if they click on them, you know that they're interested and you can follow up with them. So say you have a couple of hundred people in your system, you can easily find out who is actually interested right away and who's not so much, okay, by sending them search alerts. And if they're clicking on them, they are active and they're looking at those leads. We also have smart campaigns. Now, these campaigns can be attached to every buyer, seller, and renter. And what will happen is the system will help you stay in front of these leads. Okay, so say you put 100 leads into your system over the course of time, the system is helping you stay in front of them by attaching campaigns and following up with these people automatically. Okay, they're sending automated emails that you've designed if you've created your custom campaigns, or you could use the stock campaigns that the system already has intact. And what will happen is emails will go out on your behalf, texts will go out on your behalf, and call reminders will remind you to follow up with a phone call at the appropriate time for these people. Behavioral automation will not allow people to slip through the cracks, okay? What happens is, let's say you haven't heard from somebody in a little while. Let's say you've been sending search alerts and they haven't responded to any of these search alerts for a few weeks, okay? What happens is, if they happen to click on one of those listings after a few weeks, the behavioral automation will let you know that the person has returned to your system, okay? So you can know which people are active, which people are not active, and which are in the middle, just simply by using these three techniques right here. Birthdays and anniversaries. If you know somebody's birthday, if you know somebody's anniversary, you place that information right into their individual profile. And on a birthday or an anniversary, like for example, the day of closing, on each year of the day of closing, the system will send out an email congratulating them on another year, and it will send you a reminder to follow up with that person so that you can stay on top of somebody's birthdays and anniversaries. It's automatic. You don't have to do anything. Lead validation helps you stay in front of people by going into their profile, clicking on lead validation, and seeing if there's any additional information. Like, for example, let's say somebody gave you an email address, okay? Now, if you click on lead validation in that person's profile, there is a possibility to find additional information. Like, for example, whether they have a Facebook profile, you can find a phone number. It depends on how much information lead validation can find. Sometimes it finds nothing. Sometimes it finds a lot of information and helps you follow up with the clients. Scheduling mass emails helps you stay in front of people by allowing you to spend the time that you need to follow up with as many people as you can. You can follow up with entire groups of people all at one time by scheduling mass emails. And that allows you to follow up and stay in front of these people and stay relevant, even though you may not be having really actual physical conversations with them for quite some time, okay? Mostly you're gonna schedule mass emails for all the prospects that you're eventually going to be putting in your system. And it could be hundreds of prospects. An easy way to stay in front of all of them is to schedule mass emails. You can be have time on Tuesday to schedule a mass email to go out on a Saturday, okay? Another way to keep in touch with people and to follow up is the dashboard, okay? This is when the dashboard is when you're going to sign in immediately to these, when you first sign in, you go to the dashboard. And what happens is you can see, let's say you haven't signed in 2 days, which you should probably sign in every day, but let's say you haven't signed in 2 days, okay? You're going to see activity in your dashboard, okay? And it's going to tell you the time that this activity happened, all right? So you're going to go down and say you want to go to 2 days. You would go down and follow up with all these people up until the time you see 2 days, okay? Because that way you've probably followed up with those people. So what you would do is you would click on the lead, say, I saw you follow, you were looking at certain properties online. Is there anything that you would, that would, and the thing about this is activity. So anybody in your system, if you sent a listing, if you sent an email with an open house and they responded, you will see that in your activity, okay? And in the activity is where you can follow up. Say you have 200-300 people in your prospects and you send out a new listing and one of them responds by clicking on that listing, you will see that in the activity and you will know who to follow up with. So you could see that this system is a real time saver in terms of who you should be following up with at the appropriate times. So you could just click on here, find out who you're following up with, okay, and follow up with them at this point, okay? Once you're done with your activity boxes, then you go here to the call lists and find out who you should be calling. In this case, yesterday, I needed to call these 7 people. So I click on it, and then I start calling through the system. I hit log call, and then the box pops up, the call box will pop up, and then I just choose the number and hit call, and then I call this person and let them and follow up with them, okay? So, and then once I follow up with them, I go here and write in what I spoke about and hit the contacted button. And that means that I've contacted that person and followed up with that person, okay? The next thing you want to do is you want to do your task box and follow up with the tasks. These are mostly going to be weekly task reminders where you're going to click on it and you're going to follow up and you're going to follow up with this person, okay? So then you just simply click on the name and follow up with that person. There's your task reminder. I'm going to follow up. I'm going to send a text. I'm going to send an email. I'm going to make a phone call. Okay? So that's basically it in a nutshell on the follow-up. Now, you're smart. So let's say you finished your dashboard. What you can do next is you go to your smart CRM and you want to follow up with the people to see who's active and who's not active. Okay? So the next thing you want to do, the system obviously is running very slow for me right now, but I'll work with it. I'm going to go to prospect buyers and I'm going to click on the name and I'll see by looking at these envelopes if they've been opening up any envelopes. The answer is no, so I move on to the next person. This person is not very active. If I see blue envelopes, then I'll know that the person is active and I'll know who I can follow up with. Okay, so that's it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call and I would definitely follow up with that. Thank you and talk to you soon.